Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's talk about something very different. I never usually do these things in my channel. Let's talk about racism. So what makes me qualified to talk about this subject? Am I a race expert? Am I did I do a PhD in race? Well, absolutely not. But I can talk about this because we face racism. It's like asking a black person in America whether or not they know something about racism. Well, they are the victims. They are who face racism, and it's not just limited to our countries, it's everywhere in the world. Racism is everywhere in the world, against one group against the other. Okay, so let's talk specifically about racism in Northeast India: Assam, Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, finally the brother Sikkim. Well, the first determining factor you can see about us is that we don't look Indian enough, or the stereotypical Indian, you might say, because what are Indians called internationally? Indians are called brown. Well, because you know the majority of the people have brown skin, so Indians are called usually brown. We look more like, okay, let's admit it, more towards the Southeastern Asian countries. People usually don't assume our nationality. Like, what do we have to do? Show our passports or something? No, I understand that. Anyone who looks a little Southeastern, you know, fair skin, smaller eyes, so we're automatically non-Indian. Like, what do we look like? Korean? We watch these shows with subtitles on. Does it look like we understand? Hey, do you know Korean? Do you know Chinese? Do you know Japanese? No, we don't. Okay, Hindi में बात करो, हम लोग हिंदी आता है हम लोग को. Obviously, right? And I'm using English because it's a more convenient way to spread the message. Few days ago, this kid, I'm not gonna mention the name anyways, so he has questioned the legitimacy of our state. So the irony is that this kid says the MLA of Arunachal Pradesh doesn't want PUBG to continue in India because it's a matter of national security. And he further goes on to accuse that we don't look Indian enough. So what do we look like? Chinese? Like, dude, the irony is that if Northeastern people would have supported China or any Chinese company coming to India, then we would have readily agreed on that. So this has created quite the controversy. So I can understand the frustration of the gamers, and I can understand that under severe emotions, people say things that they don't really understand. If you have studied geography, so you can know that there are Caucasians, Mongoloids, and the other one Negroes. And this is a fact, actually, it's an actual documented fact. Where did we come from, this entire race? And how did people migrate from the continent of Africa and throughout the world? Like, when did that happen? Just watch the documentary, it's mind-blowing, it's really mind-boggling. So I suggest you to watch that documentary. You'll get a very good idea of how the evolution of human came about being. So going back to the topic, if you remember, during the last year, the first wave of coronavirus, when it came out, just because it started in Wuhan in China, any Southeast Asian looking people across the world severely suffered through racism. So even in Northeast, like, we saw the racism that was portrayed. All I'm saying is this, that before we say anything about any community, have a proper understanding and research before you talk. Is that too hard? Is that too hard? If you're gonna say something, at least do some research. Fortunately, at least the Northeastern people, we don't have it that bad as compared to what triggered the Black Lives Matter movement. Or luckily, I don't see the Northeast people saying Northeast Lives Matter, no, with the banner or anything. We don't have it that bad, but it certainly is there. So my request is to everyone that spread knowledge, not hate, and not confusion. Misinformation, hate, these two are really bad. This is a problem in our country. So no matter, the Indian government cuts off internet at the first chance and everything. Like, why is India #1 in the maximum number of internet shutdowns in a year? Because of this. Because our population is so large, one misinformation and it spreads like wildfire. So it's just to curb that. I can understand the desperation of the government on that part, at least. Like, more the people, more the misinformation, more the false news, the more it will spread. So this happens. But our job is to be responsible and not spread that. Like, be logical, be reasonable, think before you speak, research, know what you're talking about, and that's it. Everybody's happy. I mean, look at what's happening to Chinese citizens who are not from China. Across the world, they're facing severe racism, as in present day. So just before you speak in these difficult times, I know that everybody's frustrated sitting at home. You want more entertainment and everything else. But damn, this is not a question that can be solved just like that. We need to teach the younger generation to show the proper map of India, to differentiate the distinction between where is the thin line where you have to tread to not make it controversial. Like, look at POK. POK is officially a part of India, but it's occupied by Pakistan, and like, we know that, right? Aksai Chin is actually a part of India, but it's occupied by Chinese. So we know that, we are aware of that. But there are some borders which are 100% part of India. Like you cannot dispute that, man.
China claims Arunachal Pradesh as its own. And if you think that the people of Arunachal Pradesh supports China, well, you'll be mistaken. Here are some pictures. Every time China claims a new part of land, these types of protests are actually common. So you should never ask an Arunachali whether or not they support China or India.
So where sadly it is what it is, and no, I don't want to make this very pessimistic that, oh no, the moment we step out we face racial slurs. No, it's not like that. But what I'm saying is it happens from time to time. Okay, like you can see so many black communities in America. They go about their life, but they do face discrimination from time to time. Okay, so that's exactly my point. So that would be it. It was a quick one, a different one. So all I can say in the end is that I'm proud to be an Indian. Jai Hind.